Regarding Jones versus Aspen, Dana White provides a positive update. A UFC heavyweight title unification is one of the most anticipated bouts in 2025. Even though Jon Jones is considered by many to be among the greatest fighters of all time, some people continue to doubt whether he is the best in his current weight class. Champion Tom Aspinall presents a compelling argument for being the top heavyweight at the moment. Jones would find him to be an intriguing opponent because to his speed, strength, and youth. Given the back-and-forth banter and the heavyweight champion's lack of enthusiasm for the battle, the rumors of a possible clash between them have only intensified. Fortunately, Dana White is determined to get the fight. The UFC is committed. The UFC is committed to making it happen, which is encouraging given Jones's reputation as a difficult negotiator. Plans are probably already in the works because Aspen has stated that he has consented to everything. In a recent interview with Jim Rome, Dana expressed the same assurance, stating, quote, "We're in the works and that the fight will go place. We're discussing it. As I mentioned earlier, I have a strong belief that a fight will take place this year. It's being held up by nothing. All that needs to be done is to finish it. It's not as simple as people believe to put these kinds of battles together, you know. We'll finish them. Even though they take time. From the outside, getting Jones to consent to the fight might appear to be the largest challenge, but Dana thinks there isn't a significant hurdle standing in the way of the deal's completion. With a victory over Tai Tuivasa at UFC 311, Jamahal Hill anticipates a shot at the title. Hill believes that he has earned the right to be considered for the UFC light heavyweight title again, and that he will have the opportunity to do so if he wins his next bout. Tomorrow night at UFC 311, Hill will take on Yui Praza, another former 205-pound champion. Hill, who has won championships before, defeated Glover Teixeira by decision to take home the vacant title at UFC 283. It hasn't been easy for Hills to return to the top. In the main event of UFC 300 last April, he faced Alex Pereira for the title but lost in the first round. Sweet Dreams is determined to return to the top despite this setback. Yes, absolutely. I believe that a victory here, particularly one that is strong and impressive, will lead to a title battle later. The championship comes next. That simply indicates title, thus I'm facing the second-ranked person in the world. I fail to see why it wouldn't be Ilia battling the fifth or anything. I don't see me reverting to that. With a contentious fight. At the UFC Performance Institute last month, Hill and Pereira's feud extends beyond the octagon. In addition to raising the stakes, this episode has further strengthened Hill's resolve to show that he deserves another chance at the title. Islam Makhachev declares that he will not quit the UFC without winning a second title. Tomorrow's main event of UFC 311 will feature Makhachev defending his lightweight title in a rematch with Arman Kukan. If Makhachev prevails, there won't be a clear next rival for him, making it an exciting battle. Islam has so indicated that he would like to advance to welterweight, and that he will not retire until he has won 2 titles. I'm not sure, it's my objective, but it's not my job. I will not quit this sport without winning a second title. This is what I want to do. Finish the quote. However, Makhachev's closeness with current UFC welterweight champion Belal Muhammad could be a hindrance to that goal. Although the two have stated that they do not wish to fight, Islam suggested that they may discuss the matter and reach a consensus. Makhachev is certain he has plenty of time to accomplish his aim even if it doesn't work out. He is prepared to wait and watch how the welterweight class develops even if it is not his next bout. My friend Makhachev told me about Muhammad. Last week we trained together. My friend Makhachev told me about Muhammad. Last week we trained together. Our manager is the same. Trained together. Our manager is the same. Yes, we will speak. Anything can change in an instant. For this reason, I do not intend to retire. I have time. Islam MV's status as one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time would surely be cemented if he were to win a championship. Before Islam can pursue his goals of being a champion, he must first overcome Arman tomorrow night. Makhachev is the obvious favorite going into the battle, and he has stated that he wants to defeat Sarukhan so thoroughly that he would never mention Islam again. Quotation: Arman talks too much, but I'll stop him from talking about me after January 18th. Last quotation. Having a 26-1 professional record and having just defeated Dustin Poirier by submission, Islam Makhachev wants to establish his supremacy in the lightweight division even more. In a recent interview with Satana Sports Georgia, the animosity between MMA icon Khabib Nurmagomedov and UFC featherweight champion Ilia Topuria heated up. Regarding Khabib's support for Umar Nurmagomedov in a battle against his close buddy, Miab Deals, Ilia was questioned. The unbeaten champion questioned Khabib's power in the octagon and didn't mince words when voicing his faith in Meb. While acknowledging Khabib's history, El Matador downplayed the importance of Khabib's appearance, suggesting that no amount of corner coaching could prepare Umar for Morab's unrelenting speed and pressure. In the same interview, Ilia sparked controversy by claiming Khabib was his ideal opponent and alluded to escalating tensions between the camps. "The fight I've always imagined is Khabib. I genuinely think I can defeat him today, and when he was at the height of his abilities." Finish the quote. Social media was triggered by the statement. Fans were arguing whether Ilia's optimism was warranted. Some cited Khabib's years out of combat, while others brushed off Touria's assertions as being too ambitious. With unwavering confidence, Topuria also targeted Khabib's cousin, Islam Makhachev, the current UFC lightweight champion. "I know I can beat both Khabib and Islam on any given day," Ilia asserted. In a recent podcast, the retired UFC Hall of Famer made sure To's remarks were heard. Khabib reaffirmed his faith in his skills. He reminded everyone why he is regarded as one of the finest, stressing that his father's passing was the reason for his retirement rather than aging or declining. "I still think I can defeat anyone on the planet. I'm not elderly. Not because I couldn't compete, but since my father died, I retired. I've been a competitor since birth. Not all people are warriors, but many train. Warriors continue to be the best and defend their crowns. I could win a UFC title right now if I so desired, but now is Islam's moment. Now he's the best." Even though it is highly unlikely that Khabib and Ilia would fight, there is no denying the increasing hostility between their camps. A matchup between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria is more likely. Both champions will bring their unique skills to the knockout power, and Islam's best grapplers will engage in high-stakes combat. However, Islam must first defeat Arman Tsarukyan on Saturday. Charles Oliva is prepared to face the victor of UFC 311 between Islam and Arman. In a recent TNT Sports interview regarding the impending rematch between Islam and Arman for Oliveira, Charles offered his opinions. He is prepared to battle either of them as soon as possible, so it doesn't really matter who wins. Ola also affirmed that he will be watching the fight this weekend at the Intuit Dome. Quote, "Their styles are comparable. Islam is a little bit ahead in my opinion. Even though I think the fight will be excellent, I don't care who wins. Depending on how they exit the battle, I'm not sure. It doesn't matter to me. Depending on the outcome of the bout, I would like to fight in February or